Have you ever wondered why certain people break the rules of money and still end up wealthier than ever? While most of us are stuck playing checkers, there's a high-stakes game of chess unfolding right behind the scenes. Today, we're exposing the secret playbook, the hidden rules of wealth that rich people follow, but almost nobody ever talks about. Picture this. You're grinding away, saving every single penny, following the advice you grew up with. Work hard, spend less, invest a little. But somehow the wealthy just keep pulling further ahead. What if the reason isn't just luck or more hustle? What if it's because they're actively playing by a completely different set of rules? We were all handed the same personal finance script. Stay in school, land a good job, save for retirement. But the wealthy, they were given a secret manual that nobody else ever received. Think about it. Do wealthy families ever sound like they're simply getting by? Or do you notice consistent patterns? Access to opportunities, knowledge, even costly mistakes that somehow never seem to cause lasting damage. Here's the twist. Most people play defense with their money, trying desperately not to lose what they already have. But the rich are always on offense, making calculated moves that most of us never even see coming. So what are these moves exactly? Let's get specific. First, wealthy people don't just earn, they leverage. They build multiple income streams so their money is working for them even when they aren't. While the standard advice is simply to get a job, their playbook includes launching side businesses, investing in real estate for rental income, or even building a portfolio that consistently pays dividends. It's about creating a wide web of incoming cash, not just a single pipeline. And when it comes to real estate, they don't always need to purchase an entire building. They use instruments like real estate investment trusts, REITs, which let them invest in property without ever becoming a landlord. Second, they treat the tax code not as an obstacle, but as a roadmap full of incentives. They don't just pay taxes, they strategically plan for them. They maximize contributions to tax-advantaged accounts like 401ks. They use health savings accounts, which carry a triple tax advantage. The money goes in tax-free, grows tax-free, and comes out tax-free for qualified medical expenses. They even leverage strategies like 1031 exchanges to defer capital gains taxes when selling one investment property to acquire another. The system has rules designed to encourage specific behaviors, and they take the time to learn exactly what those are. Third, they protect their assets using legal firewalls. They don't simply mix their personal and business finances together. They use legal structures like an LLC, a limited liability company, to separate their business risks from their family home or personal savings. It's like constructing a fortress around their wealth, ensuring that one misstep in one area doesn't bring down everything else they've carefully built. This isn't about cheating the system. It's about financial literacy. The majority of millionaires didn't get there by working harder alone. They fundamentally changed the rules of the game they were playing. And here's the most important part. That playbook isn't locked away in a vault. The first step to playing a different game is simply recognizing that it exists and then committing to learning its rules for yourself. Let's talk about the unspoken rules of wealth, the ones that operate just beneath the visible surface. Rule 1, ownership beats labor. The wealthy don't just work for money. They relentlessly focus on owning the things that generate money. Businesses that scale far beyond one person's effort. Real estate that produces consistent rent. Intellectual property that pays ongoing royalties. The more you own, the less you're forced to trade your finite time for a paycheck. Rule 2. Risk isn't avoided, it's managed. For most people, risk is something to fear at all costs, but the affluent trade it as a strategic tool. They don't gamble blindly. They build safety nets. They spread their bets across different asset classes. They understand that even a calculated failure isn't a dead end. It's tuition paid toward the next, bigger success. Rule 3. Money moves in silence. The biggest deals,
The most significant shifts in power and capital rarely make headlines when they actually occur. They're forged in private, through trusted relationships and quiet strategic alliances built steadily over years. What we see reported in the news is often the final act of a play that began long ago behind closed doors. Rule 4. Time is their primary investment. They don't just manage their time, they actively buy more of it. They purchase access to the right people, information that gives them a competitive edge, and opportunities that will multiply their returns over years, not just hours. It's all about leverage, using available resources to compress decades of potential growth into a dramatically shorter time frame. Now, let's be genuinely honest with ourselves. Most of us were never taught any of this. Think about your own journey for just a moment. In all your years of formal schooling, was there ever a single class on how to build a scalable business? Did anyone ever pull you aside and explain how to transform a liability, like a loan, into an asset that actually makes you money? Or how the tax code could work in your favor, not just against you? This knowledge isn't found in textbooks. It's passed quietly through generations, handed down from mentors to mentees. It's the conversation happening in rooms you didn't even know existed. But here is where the story begins to change. It is entirely possible to learn these rules. The game is not a closed circle. It starts right now with awareness and a genuine willingness to shift your mindset. You can choose to start building an asset today, even a small one. You can intentionally surround yourself with people who elevate your thinking, who discuss opportunities instead of dwelling on problems. You can commit to truly understanding how money and systems work beyond the paycheck-to-paycheck loop. Look, the game will always carry some tilt. The playing field is not perfectly level, but it is not rigged against you either. It's simply operating by a set of rules you may not have been given yet. The moment you start learning those hidden rules, the doors, the ones that once seemed permanently locked, will slowly begin to open. So the next time you watch the world's wealthiest people make their moves, the massive investments, the surprising acquisitions, remember, most of what you're seeing is only the tip of the iceberg. The real game, with its real rules, is unfolding deep beneath the surface. If you want to transform your financial future, don't just work harder within the existing system. Learn to play smarter. Because in the world of wealth, the rules remain nearly invisible until you finally know exactly where to look. If you found this eye-opening, share it with someone who genuinely needs to hear it. Drop your own experiences or questions about money down in the comments. And if you're ready to uncover more hidden truths behind the financial system, hit that subscribe button.
Your journey to seeing and truly playing the real game starts now.